Sacco and Felice, New York and New Jersey's premier attorneys at law. Their team brings decades of experience across a wide range of practice areas. Whatever life brings, they're your legal team. From everyday matters to complex cases, they've got you covered with the experience you need and the results you want. Because when life gets complicated, they make it simple. SaccoFelice.com. SACCOFILLAS.com. 2 C's, 2 L's.
Scott is going to be a guest of LoBaido on his podcast today. You can get that. Here he is, the great Scott LoBaido. Scotty, good morning, pal. How are you?
How you doing, buddy? How's your head?
It's it hurts. I actually have a headache. I'm glad you see. You're the only guest that I asked. You actually love me and care about me. And what's funny now that Scott asked about my head, which I smashed myself trying to pick up paper towels, smashed it on my granite marble last night. And Danielle, who I love you, I know you're listening, ran me over to the city MD. But in a show of solidarity, Scott, you love this. Right now, Lou Rapino and Noam Layden have placed Band-Aids in the center of their heads. Isn't that beautiful?
That's nice. See, I have a pimple. I'm 61 years old. I have a pimple right now in the center of my forehead. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have what you have. I'm embarrassed. I'm 61 years old. I have this giant pimple in my head.
Well, you know why you get that? You get that from it's either stress or some of the oils and stuff that you use when you do these amazing paintings. Can lead to some acne, I guess. I don't know.
You're right. It might be a little of it. It's a little of both. A little of both.
Yeah.
What's the saying? Is it easy times make weak men? Is that the saying?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's where we are right now. It's look. I studied long ago many things, and one of them was survival, how to survive in situations. And my friends always laughed at me. Everybody, my family, they made fun of me. And then throughout the years, things happened like the hurricanes and 9/11 and all sorts of stuff where my survival instincts kicked in, and it keeps me alive. And it's nice to be prepared. I'm not, looking for the end of times, but I'm prepared for it. I think that as bad as it is, I think it has to get worse. It's going to get worse. It must get worse. And a lot of people, I think even you sometimes are like, that's it. Once it's over, it's over. It's like I always say, the forest needs to burn, because when the forest burns down, what does it do, Sid? It rejuvenates itself back to its original self.
That's right.
So we need this chaos. We need it. We need this death and destruction. Now, it's kind of weird to say, but even if Cuomo would have won, this piece of garbage and his whole plan, meaning Mamdani and his crew of Jew-hating, America-hating, New York-hating, wild, vicious, violent, destructive animals, would have spent the next 4 years, say, if Cuomo was here, building and getting bigger and stronger. And then we would have absolutely no chance to rejuvenate. So it is actually a good thing that it is happening at this moment.
You know what? I agree with that. I agree with what you just said. First of all, Cuomo would not have been much better. I know he had experience, and he's a better person than Mamdani, which doesn't say a heck of a lot. But I think you're right. I think sometimes, you procrastinate because you don't want to get to something that's not great right away. When you do that, most of the time it's worse. So I think you just nailed it. That's a great job, Scotty.
Yeah, I mean, look, and with this Captain James Wilson, I'm like you, big cop supporter. It was like 6 years ago when I painted that blue line down Highland Boulevard during the heat of when the punks were throwing water on the cops, and de Blasio was the same, hated the cops. And I painted that blue line, and he sent me a letter the next day from the city to remove it, cease and desist, or I would be jailed and fined. And that blue line, I stood strong. It's still there as we speak. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to repaint it, brighten it up. And I want the mayor to know that I'm doing it. And I want him to try to stop me from supporting my police department.
Love it.
I say that these cops go on strike. I know it can't happen, but it is so bad. I just want that to happen. Back to my original statement of if there's no cops for 24 hours, there would be more death and destruction in this city needed to straighten out those weak, pussy-ass men that voted for Mam Dandy because they're spoiled. You know that. I know that. They need a survival situation to become the men that they secretly are. Every man is a man. I don't care who you are, how you dress, how feminine you are. When the shit hits the fan and you need to survive, your instincts kicked in and you change the way you are. You become a man. And that's one of the positive things that I am happy. I'm happy that this is happening. I'm not happy it's happening. I'm happy it's happening now, Sid. So that's what I'm feeling. I'm really feeling that. Let it burn. You know, let guys like Griffin, let him take his stuff, take his business out of here.
Agreed.
More people, take it out. Let it burn. Us soldiers will still be here, and then all of these young folks will sharpen up. They will change their attitude, and they will follow us. And not follow us as a cult. We're cult leaders. We're just righteous men. We're just men who see what's great in our city, our community, and our country. It's very simple. We ain't geniuses. People look up to us and they praise us, and I hate that praise. I'm just a regular effing dude with a pair of balls who lives in Staten Island, happens to be very creative, but that's it. I am nothing more. And there's so many men out there like us that need this survival situation to come around.
Couldn't agree more. In the final 2 minutes, excellent rant there, by the way, Scotty. That's why people love you here. Tell me about your trip to Ellis Island Saturday night, immigration. I got about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I haven't been there, and I'm ashamed I haven't been there. I've been to the Statue of Liberty many times. It was a big event with Glenn Beck and the American Experience, Moms for Liberties, with that girl, my friend Alex Bauer. And it really was one of the most emotional moments of my life. I sat there, stood where my great-grandparents' footprints stood, at the exact spot where they were online coming to this country for a better life, not for themselves, but for me. And here I am displaying a beautiful painting here at this place that they gave me this opportunity. And they got slammed. They got humiliated as Sicilians, Italians, abused. But they worked hard. They assimilated, and they waved that flag every day. And that patriotism is what made this country. And to see what's going on with people that come here, that cry and bitch and moan and spit and sue and get violent and scream, and it's sickening that we can't just have people come here. I would stand on Ellis Island every day and hug every single human being, regardless of religious, gender, ethnicity, that came here and assimilated like my great-grandparents say, and I would personally welcome them with a red, white, and blue lei to wrap around their neck. But that's not happening, and that needs to come back.
And when Scott says that, he means it. I believe that. Another amazing appearance, Scotty.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
I got into a Genesis. This is luxury. Whether it's a sleek G70 or the GV80 with that third row, these are high-end vehicles with payments that actually make sense. Go see Michael. Tell him Sid sent you. Genesis of Brooklyn. Find him at genesisofbrooklyn.com.